Well, hey there, yogis. Welcome to Nova Yoga Studio. Welcome to Feel Good Friday, and welcome to 2012. So first, Feel Good Friday video of the new year. And many of us have intentions and goals to work towards, and perhaps your goal is to work towards a Bakasana, crow pose. So I hope to help you out with that today with a crow flow. So let's get onto the mat. If you have a block, you can certainly bring it with you. It might help. Okay. So we're going to make our way down. And we're going to start by awakening the core, finding a core connection, which is really going to help us fly when we get into the arm balance. So we're going to find our way to our backs, and let's put the block between the knees, and we're going to take the hands behind the head, and we're going to lift the legs, stack the knees over the hips, shins parallel to the floor, and just take a moment to squeeze your knees together and feel all that activity in the inner thighs, the pelvic floor. And again, that's the fire that we need to help us fly in crow pose, in the arm balance. So let's strengthen that area and get connected to that area. So inhale here. As you exhale, squeeze your block and curl the shoulders up off the mat. Inhale, lower. Exhale again, squeezing the block with the knees and rising up. Keep lots of space between chin and chest. Exhale. And exhale, rising. We'll take 3 more breaths. So make sure that this movement is as smooth as you can make it. Try and stay quite relaxed through your face, no clenching with the jaw. And last breath, inhale. And exhale, rising. Hold for an extra moment, squeeze, squeeze, squeeze the block. Lower down. We're going to hold here, we're going to take it into a twist. Inhale. Exhale, left elbow towards the right knee and squeeze the block. So we're not aiming to touch the knee with the elbow, we're just aiming the elbow in the direction of the knee. Right? So inhale, lower. Exhale, squeeze the block, right elbow towards the left knee. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale again, smooth to rise. We're going to take a few more each side. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Hold it for an extra moment. And release. Inhale. Exhale, other side, hold it for an extra moment. And come on down. And just release the block. We might use it in a little while, so keep it close to you. Hands to the back of the head. And same position without the block. Knees over hips, shins parallel to the floor. But then we'll press the big toes together and we'll take the knees wide. We'll start to work towards those open hips that we need for crow pose, for Bakasana. So big toes together, knees wide. Inhale. And exhale, curling the shoulders up off the mat, bringing your elbows towards your knees. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. Exhale. And we'll keep this flow going for a few more breaths. So oftentimes we think that the arm balances just require upper body strength. But really they're about that core connection, that lightness of being that we find when we're connected to our core that allows us to really, really fly, to soar. So that's why we're doing this yummy, delicious core work to start. We're going to take 3 more breaths. And last one. Exhale, rising, holding, and letting it all go. Take a moment to stretch your body long. Reach through your fingers and your toes. And then bring your knees in. Rock up into a seated position. Step back. Downward dog. So in your downward dog, anything that's going to feel good here. If you want to pedal the heels out, shake the head out. Stretch out the face. And we're going to bend the knees, we're going to look forward, and we're going to step, or we're going to hop up into a wide kneed position. And we're on the toes, heels are lifted. And we're going to take the arms to the inside of the legs, fingertips on the mat. We're going to inhale, Roll the chest open to the sky. Exhale, lift the hips to the sky. And we're going to take that again. So inhale, lower down into your squat, opening up the heart. Exhale, lift your seat. Inhale. As you exhale, lift your hips. Think about using all your pelvic floor, inner thigh strength, lower belly strength to lift the hips up. Take that again. Inhale. And exhale. And one more breath. Inhale. And exhale. On your inhale, Ardha Uttanasana, lengthen your spine. Exhale, root the palms into the earth, step back, plank pose. Inhale here. Exhale, Chaturanga, or you can drop your knees, make your way towards the mat. Inhale, rising through the heart. And exhale, lifting through the hips. From here, on your inhale, take your right leg towards the sky, down dog split. Exhale, bring the knee into the forehead, shoulders over the wrists. Core plank, again, core cultivation to help us fly. Inhale, reach the leg back. Exhale, curl the knee in. And inhale. Exhale. We're going to take 2 more breaths. Exhale, come high on the back toes. Really lift the knee high into the body, into the belly. Last one. And exhale. We're going to step the foot up to meet the thumb. And we're going to rise up into a high lunge. I'm going to take a moment to fix my hair so I can see you. Got some hair falling into eye action. So from here, coming into the high lunge, and let's think about squeezing the feet together. So we don't move at all, but we squeeze the feet together, drawing all that energy up, up, up into the thighs, the pelvic floor, ribs come in. One more breath. And we're going to open up into warrior 2. So turn your back heel down. Adjust your stance so you've got heel to arch alignment. Front knee bends. Front thigh keeps spinning open. Arms out to the sides. Now again, just like in your lunge, squeeze your feet together. And feel all that activity through the inner thighs, the pelvic floor. And we're going to take a little pulsation here that helps us get into Mula Bandha, which is that pelvic floor strength, pelvic floor connection. So I want you to press down into your feet. Press down into your feet so much that the hips begin to rise ever so slightly. And then you're going to release down into your warrior 2. Keep that front thigh opening up. And again, root into your feet so much. Feel all the energy rising up through the inner thighs, the pelvic floor, and settling back into warrior. And again, root into your feet, rising through the hips. Exhale. And we're going to take one more. Inhale. Exhale. Did I say one more? I meant to. One more. Press down, rising through the hips. And warrior. Take your hands down to frame your foot. Step back into your plank pose. We're going to take a vinyasa. Take it low. And rising up, cobra or upward dog, and lifting through your hips. Down dog. Step or hop up into your squat. What I'd like us to do is place the hands on the mat, and we're going to walk the feet a little closer together, so they're just a couple of inches apart, and we're high on the toes. We're going to place the hands in front of us, and we're just going to do a little pulsation back and forth. So we're going to round through the lower back, let the hips rise, begin to shift the weight forward into the hands, and we're going to come back towards the earth. And again, we're going to rise, round through the hips, or round through the back, rather lift the hips, shift the weight forward into the hands, high into your toes, and coming back. I'd like you to try that again. So again, round your back, lift your hips, wrap the knees around the upper arms, shift your weight forward, and come back. Ground your heels, lift your hips, forward fold. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, find your way into your plank. Inhale here, exhale, take it low. Inhale, rising. And exhale, downward dog, left side. Inhale, left leg to the sky. Exhale, core plank, knee to nose. Shoulders over wrists. Inhale. And exhale. We're going to keep going for 3 more. Inhale. lovely, smooth, controlled fashion. And last breath here. And exhale. This time we're going to step the foot up to meet the thumb. We're going to take it on up into a high lunge. And again, we're going to squeeze the feet together. We're going to take the ribs into the body, keep the tailbone dropping down. And then we're going to open up into Warrior Two. Again, front heel lines up with the back arch of the foot. Front knee stacks over the ankle, arms extend out. Squeeze your feet together in towards the center line. Feeling all that energy, that fire, that activity through the lower body, inner thighs, pelvic floor. We're going to take that pulsation, pressing down into your feet so much your hips begin to rise. And then we're going to come back into the warrior. And again, root through your feet. Press down so much that your hips have nowhere else to go but up slightly. And take it low. And inhale. Exhale. And I'll tell the truth this time. 2 more. Inhale. Exhale. So make sure you're not lifting your hips, right? It's the action of pressing your feet down into the mat that allows them to rise. And Warrior Two. Bring your hands down to frame your foot. Step back, plank pose, and take it low. Rising through your heart, cobra or upward dog, lifting through your hips. And then from here, we're going to hop forward or step up into a wide knee position. You can have your block handy. If you have one, we might use that. So Bakasana, crow pose, here we go. So very similar to what we did previously, those pulsations back and forth. So hands come to the mat. Fingers are spread wide, hands about shoulder width apart. So what tends to happen here, we want to go into crow. We really press down into the mat. We press down through the hands and we try and fly, but what happens is we often do that famous side face plant. So we're going to try and avoid that. We all fall, it happens, but let's see if we can come to a nice lifted position to help us fly. So we actually need to get quite lifted, quite high. So you're going to lift your hips round your back. I'm just going to turn to face you. We want to wrap the knees around the upper arms, so go ahead and wrap them around. That's going to help. So the secret to a good balanced crow, we're going to lift the hips around the back. We're going to wrap the knees around the upper arms. We're going to look forward because if you look down, you're going down, so keep looking forward. You're going to bend your elbows and squeeze your knees. Squeeze your knees so much that they could touch, they could slam shut if your arms weren't in the way. So bend your elbows, squeeze your knees, bend your elbows, squeeze your knees. Toes begin to rise, bring your big toes to touch. Look forward, keep breathing, keep squeezing the knees together. Maybe you hold it, maybe you set it down. If you couldn't quite take flight, try creating a little birdie perch. So block. And bring your toes to the block. Same principles. Hands to the mat, shoulder width apart, fingers spread wide. And we're going to lift the hips around the back. Wrap your knees around your upper arms. Squeeze your knees together fiercely. Squeeze your knees, bend your elbows, squeeze your knees, bend your elbows, squeeze your knees, bend your elbows, toes rise, press your toes together, keep looking forward, and releasing. One more time. Okay, with or without the block, up to you if you want to shake out your wrists. Hands to the mat, fingers spread wide. We get high, we lift, we wrap the knees around the upper arms, we look forward, and we squeeze the knees, squeeze the knees, bend the elbows, toes rise, toes touch, and you can hold it or you can set it down. All right, nice counter pose. Lift your hips, forward fold. Take your hands underneath your feet. Even if you need to bend your knees a lot, get your hands right underneath your feet. And you can stay here for a while. You can take it into child's poses. Or, hey, maybe you'll be inspired to try it again. See you next time, yogis.